Hi, Aptera fans. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a good one. Got some really good news for you. You are really going to love this. This news just gets better and better and better. So let's just go ahead and get into it right now. We welcome everybody back to my channel. Thank you for joining Free Power. We're here to talk about Aptera and the steps they're taking to get the vehicle out on the road. And this news just keeps getting better. Oh, you're going to love this, Aptera fans. I have a video clip here that is really going to knock your socks off. So we're going to go ahead and check it out. Let's go ahead and get into the video and we'll talk about it afterwards. I know you're going to be excited for this. So let's check this video out now.
Welcome back into ARC Seattle. Imagine a car that needs neither gas nor electric charging for most daily use.
Interesting. That's the idea that's becoming a reality for Aptera Motors, which has designed a vehicle powered mostly by the sun. Joining the conversation now is Steve Fambro, who is the co-CEO of Aptera. Steve, welcome to ARC Seattle here.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Of course. So we're going to start with a pretty big headline that's coming in this morning. I understand that Aptera has started building its validation vehicle assembly line in Southern California. Tell us more about that, what that's going to mean for production goals.
Well, it's a really big step for us. And as you can see behind me, some of the validation vehicles are being built right now. We've got our team in from Italy, which is with our partner who makes our body structures for us and training our staff on how to assemble them. So you've got the first one behind me, number 2 being built right now, and another 11 to go or 10 to go, I think. But this is a big step for us because we go from basically hand assembling tooled parts to assembling them on a line. Now, what you see behind me is a body assembly area, but throughout the factory, there's different stations where they'll actually go down a proper assembly line to be built.
So interesting. Wow. So for people who are not familiar, how does this solar-powered vehicle work?
It's like a solar trickle charge for a regular EV. So you plug it in like a regular EV if you want to. If you want to take a long trip, you can get up to maybe 400 miles range. But if you park in the sun, if you live in an area that's pretty sunny, it will charge itself up to about 40 miles per day. So if you're driving less than that, then that means you just don't need to plug it in or need to plug it in not so often.
I have to say, it looks pretty cool, too. Kind of interesting
cool.
driving down the road there. What kind of costs are we talking about here? Obviously, you know, if people are considering buying a car, the one thing that they think about is the price tag. What do the costs look like?
It's going to be around $40,000. And keep in mind, this is a vehicle that you're more than likely not going to have to fuel. So if you're comparing against a gasoline car, you could be saving thousands of dollars a year just by not having to buy gasoline.
Okay. We know Aptera is ramping up production to fulfill pre-orders. Does this mean that you all are also adding jobs?
We're adding jobs. I was just talking to our people person today, asking who some of the names are because there's some folks that I haven't yet met, and I see them looking around the company. We have an active job listings on aptera.us, so if they're interested in working for us, they can go and look at the jobs we have now, but we're hiring.
We have to ask you about this TikTok video that we've seen, too, from New York City of Aptera's solar EV going through the Lincoln Tunnel there in the Big Apple. That Aptera vehicle also completing a Route 66 trip. What sort of things do you learn for engineers from those types of moments and those trips?
Well, New York was special for us because that's when we listed on the NASDAQ. So that was a very special trip for us a few weeks ago. Seeing people's reaction, I think, is the most interesting thing about driving this vehicle on the road. They will fall over themselves to come and talk to you, to learn about it. When we stopped at Route 66, we found that it's mostly European tourists traveling there. So we had people lined up from Germany, France, Switzerland, all wanting to talk to us about the Aptera. But what you find is that it's just a really comfortable vehicle, very quiet, and it's just a great road trip vehicle.
Let's talk about sustainability now. Can you tell us about the benefit here to the overall infrastructure needed for current electric vehicles?
I think one of the biggest benefits is that it doesn't need an infrastructure, and that's one of the impediments that we hear about, mass scale of EVs. How do you charge so many EVs every day, at night, et cetera? This vehicle, for the most part, won't need to be plugged in. Maybe it needs to be plugged in once every couple of weeks, or months, depending upon where you live. But for the most part, in sunny areas, it's not going to have an impact on the grid. So already you're having less grid dependence to still promote zero emissions vehicles. So that's a radical change from how we think about EVs right now. Second is that you're basically a carbon and emissions free vehicle. You're not really consuming or producing anything, producing any sort of pollution to power this vehicle up to about 40 miles per day. So that's different as well. It doesn't have to be charged. So I think you're looking at a very low or even a negative environmental impact because the vehicle is not taking anything from the grid for the most part.
Steve, I have to ask, you talked about some of the interest from international folks who are seeing this thing, out on some roads around the country, that sort of thing. What's the interest been like here in the U.S.? Are you seeing quite a big demand for this type of vehicle, which obviously looks very unusual going down the road, but what's the demand like?
We have about 50,000 pre-orders right now, which isn't a lot by comparison to a big car company, but for us, it's about $2 billion worth of product that we have to build for these customers. About 85% of our interest in pre-orders are from North America, and most of those are in the West and sunny areas, which makes sense for a solar electric vehicle. But I would say we have interest from virtually every continent, with the exception of Antarctica and the Arctic. But we have interest from all over the world. We have reservations from all over the world, and we're looking forward to getting those vehicles to customers.
Wow.
Gaining traction. I was going to say, I wonder how one of those those vehicles would do here in the Pacific
I was
Northwest.
wondering that too, yeah.
We don't get a lot of sunshine.
No, you get a lot of rain instead, but it still charges even in cloud cover, just not as much.
Okay, there you go.
Good to know.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. We're going to add a link for more information now on our website at comodoos.com/hotlinks if you want more information. Certainly with the attention grabbing seeing that thing go down the road, right?
Yeah, it's kind of cool seeing him in their warehouse as well with the kind of the skeleton of the car behind him and the team from Italy working to put that together. Just fascinating.
It is, and $40,000, not too off from a new car that you could buy from other companies. It's pretty standard, yeah.
All right, Aptera fans, what did you think about that video? Oh man, that is awesome. This is what we've been waiting for them to open up the production line and go ahead and start making the Apteras. And Steve Fambro, he brought it right out. He said that they actually already have one almost done, and they had another one that they were working on, and they had 10 more that they were going to build. So they are already getting the crews together to start working on the Apteras and get them familiarized with how the assembly line is going to work. They're going to work out all the bugs and the kinks so that they can start doing a slow production. And, this is just the start of something really, really big. Because we know Aptera is going to change a lot of things, especially in the EV market. Even though it's just a two-seater, it's still a niche that's going to blow everybody's mind. And as Steve brought out, there's a lot of people that are already, trying to figure out what the Aptera is when they see it. So can you imagine once they start selling them and they're on the road, a large number of people are going to want to know what that vehicle is since it looks so different. It does look like a spaceship. It is very unique, and there's a lot of people that are going to want that. There are a lot of environmentalists that are going to want that type of vehicle. And also, with it being an auto cycle, you can ride down the HOV lanes for free. So that is just awesome. The insurance isn't going to be as much as a regular vehicle. You don't have to worry about paying for gas. And if you live in an area where you get a lot of sun, like he brought out, you could get up to 40 miles of range a day. That's just amazing. Can you imagine how much money you're going to save just on that alone? And not to mention that, they talking about, the broadcasters in Seattle, they get a lot of rain and clouds in Seattle. You still get some type of charge even on cloudy days. I mean, it won't be half. It probably be maybe about 20%. But still, you're still getting some kind of charge on the battery. And even if that's not enough, well, lo and behold, you could plug it into a regular 110 outlet, let it charge overnight, and you could get 150 miles just by doing that. So some awesome things that Aptera's doing. And, that really blew my mind because I already know that the Gemini is out and the Artemis is out. We know they're going from city to city with the Artemis, unless they change their plans. I don't know about that yet. But the Gemini is one of the validation vehicles. And once they get the 12 vehicles out, we know that at least probably 6 of them are going to be used for crash testing. I wonder if Steve or Chris is going to keep one of these for themselves or wait till they start producing them on the production line. But anyway, some really fantastic news. I know this has really knocked my socks off. I'm so excited and stoked for what Aptera is doing. I keep telling you they're going to get there. They just need to do it in their own time. But hopefully they won't wait too much longer, and they're showing us that they are on the move to get this vehicle out. But how do you feel about it? What are your thoughts? Give me your comments down below. I really appreciate everything that you guys say. And this is it. Here we go. Aptera is almost there. But anyway, we're going to end it right here. When I get some more good news, you guys will be the first to hear about it. All right, so y'all take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. And don't forget, if you're new here, please hit the like, ring the bell, subscribe so others can hear about Aptera and learn about it. And then they too can get on the Aptera bandwagon. But you guys have a good one. We will see you in the next video. All right, take care. Bye-bye.